Hello everyone, Ruby Retrograde Tarot and Tay here, and what I'll be dishing up and serving for you guys today is a new arrival to my house, at least. It's a Kickstarter that finally came. I was able to successfully this time retrieve it and receive it. None of this gotta go to the post office or lost in whoever. And before actually we get to it, I was at the store before I got home, and then I saw these really cute fabrics, and I think these match well with the deck that I'll be showing to you guys, the literal unboxing and flip through. And I think for the occasion we're gonna go with this gradient one here, because as you can see it's just like raw fabric. I might, but it all depends on if I actually have time, guys, because I tell myself I have these plans and I'm going to go and do it, and more often than not, it ends up kind of falling flat and I don't do it. So let's just lay that there. Look at that. Yeah, definitely I would have to trim or like sew that in the middle. Let's just kind of put this in the middle, just pretend that I don't have to move my stuff, and let's move our little stonies. There we go. There we go. All right, look at this. It's a nice little gradient, isn't it? Okay, so this deck is finally here. I think it had a delivery date of maybe December or something like that of last year, and I actually got it today. This deck here was launched back in July of last year, and while I talk, I will actually be productive and open this box up. So it was it got launched in July, beginning of July. It was your usual typical 30-day Kickstarter campaign run. It was successful. The particularly about this, like, oh, look at that, how pink, and plus it matches the little impromptu tarot cloth. And yeah, the particularity about this is it's very women centric. It's pink, which I don't mind. And the creator is let me double check. I think it's Rootis Tabootus, if I'm not mistaken. But in any case, here is the deck. I saw some of other people that I know that backed this deck. They had it before me, and I was a little bit, well, I don't know, it's not envious. I was just more impatient for mine to come. So this is the Tarot of the Lantern, and it was nicely wrapped. How nice of y'all. And so let's go and open this up. We got little stickers. This is the design that you see at the back of the cards. So let's just put that there for now. And as I mentioned, it's created by Rootis Tabootus. If you, camera, why are we, there we go. So if you want to check her out, here's her social, email, website. And as you can see, super awesome drawing. So the Tarot of the Lantern Path, it's a full 78 tarot deck. And let's read here the back. The Tarot of the Lantern Path is a 78 card hand illustrated deck created by Rootis Tabootus. The deck admires admires nature, femininity. Am I saying femininity right? Okay. And enjoying the quiet moments in life. Sorry, if you can't read the back, it's because I'm trying to read it myself. And enjoying the quiet moments in life, all while staying true to the original themes of tarot. And just, so sorry about this little bungle here. And my sudden doubt as to how femininity was pronounced. I ended up backing this, yes, partly because pink, and just the color scheme overall was really nice. But the illustration as well, what is going on? There we go. The illustration are just so nice, and definitely all women power, which to me, when it's done right, I'm all for it. So as you can see, I just like this whole pink, soft pinks on black. And let me give this back justice. So if you want to pause, you can read it. It's a little bit foily and shiny, so you might have a little bit of difficulty. So as it mentioned, it's about nature and women, soft pastel-y. Like, I love flowers. I think it has pretty much everything that I like that would attract me to a deck. Although, you know, if you look at my deck collection, almost anything and everything could be something that I like. So while I'm telling you this is what I like, just take it with like maybe 2 grains of salt. So it is a magnetic cardboardy strong box, which same style as if you own why is it running out of my head, a True Black or Children of Litha, same kind of wraparound kind of box. So let's see what we have here. So we open it, we have our booklet and a little introduction blurb. Let's see what it says. Through whatever means, good or bad, through fortune or fire, you now hold in your hands the tarot of the lantern path. As the lantern casts light before it, it cannot illuminate everything on your path. You must lift the lantern to see what lies ahead, and with these cards, I hope to help you find your way. As a token of my appreciation, I wish you luck on your journey. May fate have something wonderful in store for you as your path stretches on. Good luck and hold high the light. That's a nice little introduction, setting up. So let me just move a little bit here. So already you can see womanly. So we have a little handbook, and this is nice. The cards here are all in color, as opposed, to be honest, I was expecting more black and white or even no picture at all, which would have been fine, but this is a nice little touch. And I'm just reading, the font size is a touch on the small, but it's readable. Just do have your glasses handy. So we can have here, let's see quickly, we have a little introductory blurb by Rootis Tabootus. I love her signature, by as a side note. So here we have getting to know, some introduction, tips and spreads, then a major, minor. Okay. So let's see if I flip a little bit of pages. Okay, so the spirit of the deck. Here she explains a bit more about the breakdowns here. And then an example of spread, the lantern spread, 3-card spread, Old Faithful. So let's just get right into the deck itself. So nothing else, but that's okay. We'll put the box away right here. Oh, the cards feel so nice. It's so, is this what they call rose petal? I forgot what kind of cardstock it is. So it comes with this plastic. I don't want to put my scissors through it because heaven forbid I scratch it. Now it's going to be a whole ordeal. All right, so here's the back of the cards. You will see that it's not reversible. It's not a symmetrical back design. So if you're one that enjoy physically reversing your cards, be aware. Other things that is really nice is the edges are not foily, but they are colored, which, you know what? I'm not mad at it. You know, it doesn't always have to be shiny foil. It could be colors. And this is a really nice pink color, and I'm really happy that it matches the cloth so nicely. What a nice theme. So here we are, and let's start by diving in and taking a closer look at these cards. And And as you will see, it's very women-centric. Yeah, just very women-centric. That's pretty much all I can say about it. So let's start off with the Fool. The Magician. And as you'll see throughout the cards, at least for me, it has this like soft, pastel-y, oh, I'm looking for the word. I want to say delicate, but it's not quite delicate. There's a subtleness to it. Here, even with the Emperor. The Hierophant. The Lovers. That's a lovely looking couple. And for the Chariot, instead of horses, we have two beautiful doggos. And another beautiful doggo in the Strength. Are they the same breed? They look, yeah, they look like they're the same breed. Now, I probably do know what the name of that breed is, but it escapes me. So if you know it, do write it in the comments. So that's interesting for Strength card as opposed to a lion or whatever. Big cat, big dangerous cat. We have a dog here. I think this is really cool for the Hermit. Wheel of Fortune. This was one of my favorite cards in the deck when I saw it on the Kickstarter page, the Justice card. Oh, why is this upside down? Okay. The Hangman. Strange that it came out upside down. We have Death. Kind of interesting. She's in the water among the... I know it in French, like Ninufah. I think those are lily pads in English. And Temperance. She's looking pretty batty in the Devil card, I have to say. And the Tower. Now I will admit I do miss a tower in my Tower card, but it's not like, oh my goodness, I cannot. But it's just like, I appreciate my towers in my Tower. I like the crumbliness. Star. It looks so peaceful. Then the Moon. It has this dream, that's the word. It has a dreaminess to it. Even with the sun, it's like this bright, super shiny, peppy type of energy. At least to me, here it has this like little softness. It has a little softness to it. It's not too sharp. And Judgment. And then the World. Now we are going into the minors, and we are starting off with the Ace of Cups. Here, instead of just having the hands, we have, almost a full bust take of a woman holding the cup that is overflowing among beautiful lotus flowers or lily flowers. Now, I do have to say I don't know if I would take it as more celebrating, or it looks a little bit, it makes me think of those fashion shoots, those fashion publicities you see, like either in magazines or for perfumes or something. I almost expect like to see whatever perfume at the bottom there. And 4 of Cups. Okay, here in the 5 of Cups, we only have one of the cups that fallen off. I guess it's a more optimistic outlook. And 6. Here it makes it interesting. It makes me think that her in the card here, she made her choice among all that was available to her, and she's about to, you know, take that cup and drink of it. 8 of Cups. 9 of Cups. 10. Now for the court card, we have the Page of Cups, and you can see the fish here. The fish is not jumping out of the cup or peeking out of the cup. It's maybe it's at the point of doing it, but it's there. Just looking at her, waiting to see what she's gonna do. The Knight. I will say I kind of miss the horse. I like to see my knights in action, moving, doing something. Here she's kind of static, and Cups, and you know, it's not it's not necessarily a slow action, but it's okay. We'll survive. Queen of Cups. And the King. Now we're gonna go with the Pentacles. 2. Okay, see now here, this is the poster of the newest drama show right there. So she's the main actress. That could be her best friend, and she's gonna be the antagonist, whether like evil girl, or just like the mean girl who later on, like 2 seasons later, they end up being friends. That is what I thought when I saw it. Not to take it away, but first impression. And I think this show is probably on CW or something. 4. 5 of Pentacles. Also, I'm pretty sure you have noticed by now, I'm roughly halfway through the deck. All the women are beautiful, beautiful models, actresses, singers, like Instagram models, whatever you want. They're beautiful, and I don't begrudge it. I enjoy pretty characters on my pretty cards. Just makes everything extra pretty. I do know some people might take note or might feel some type of way, but that's that in this case. So now we have the Page here. I love the earrings there. Those are nice earrings. The Knight. See, what I was going to say is here, this position makes me think more of a Page than this one, only because this position reminds me of the classic looking Page in the RWS. The Page is kind of holding up a pentacle. I'm blocking, sorry, and kind of doing like this, so it reminds me of the Page, but it's a Knight. And the Queen of Pentacles. And the King. See, look at this. She looks like an actress. And now for the swords. Beautiful flowers on the sword, and I think that's a butterfly there. Yes, not a moth. And 2 of swords. All right, the 3 of swords here deviates from the normal heart pierced by swords, and of course, seeing as the rest of the card went loosely with its interpretation of Rider-Waite-Smith, of course here we wouldn't necessarily see a heart and no pretty women. Oh, wait, whoa. But in the okay, well, you know what? No, I'm not going to say nothing because I have to work with it first, but it's just, I would expect that for a 3 or a 10 of swords. That's... Then 5. I think this is the first baby on this whole deck that I saw. And mind you, we passed through the 10 of cups. There were no babies on that card. Seven. No sneaking involved, but okay. Then 8. Very 8 looking card if you're thinking of Rider-Waite-Smith. This one I jive with that one. And then 10. See, there you go. Definitely, I can definitely feel that one. It's just the 4 of swords was kind of odd, but seeing this one, I'm okay. Now the page. Knight of swords. I am okay with that Queen of Swords. Sorry, I was just observing her because I don't know, sometimes there's certain cards that you kind of like, yep, if you're good, we're good. And I'm okay. I'm good with it. I'm good. Now the King. I appreciate that eyebrow right there. And now we are at the Wands. It's kind of funny to see the Wands like last of the minors. Usually they're like first or second or something. Third at most. Definitely 2 of Wands, okay. Then we have 3. 4. So nice. Then the 5. I'm missing the competition. But maybe this is like a scene in the movie where like her rival is coming from that side, and so she knows she has to get ready. She has one of the wands in her hand. So in case you haven't noticed, I already have a whole story with these women's in the deck. Sorry. And 6. Is she on a horse? Or is that just her dress? That looks like this would be like the neck going towards the head of the horse. Why cut off the horse? Okay, well, I want to see the horse. Then the 7 of Wands. Oh, she's definitely looking like the big bad evil person. Giving me like Maleficent vibes. I like it. Oh, that's a pretty 8 of Wands. I like that with the birds. That is so pretty. Now we have the 9 of Wands. I can feel the tiredness and exhaustion here. And 10. Now we have the Page. The Knight. Still no horse. You gave me a horse and 6 of Wands. Like, maybe like 1/6 of a horse. If that was a horse, of course. Oh, little kitty for the Queen of Wands. At least we have the cat. All that's missing is the sunflower, but that's okay. And finally, the King of Wands. All right, everyone. Now, mind you, you heard me give a little bit of snark, but that doesn't mean I don't like the deck or I have something against the deck. artistry is absolutely beautiful. Rootis Tabootus. It's kind of odd for me to say it. I mean, her talent is wonderful. If you haven't noticed and haven't seen or heard me say it a few times, like all the women in the deck are just beautiful to extra beautiful to more beautiful to did I say beautiful? Like they're stunning. To me, you know, I'm okay with it. It doesn't affect me all that much. There is a variety of facial features and skin tones if that is something that is a deciding factor for you. However, you will not see a variety or diversity of body shapes. Like here, she is snatched. Here, you know, proportionate. Here, well, you can't really tell, but still, like, beautiful legs. Here, bum. Over here, bum as well. Okay, she's a little bit more flat-chested. I'm trying to give y'all diversity, but that's about diversity that you're getting, okay? Here the facial construction is a little bit more different than here. You can see here, there's either bosoms are plenty or lesser bosoms. That's the diversity that you'll get. You'll get skin tones and some physical differences, but not if you're looking for bigger women, maybe you know, fat bodies, to call them that, or older bodies. There's one baby in the whole deck and it's not in the 10 of cups. So that might be something that irks you and makes you decide to not go for this deck, and that's understandable. I mean, the way that you read tarot and the kind of cards that you want to be able to read with is your personal taste and choice. And you know, there's no need to try to force yourself to read with a set of tarot cards that you don't really jive with, you know, or that every time you look at it you're bothered by it, or else, you know, it's gonna hinder on your readings as well, no matter how pretty. I will say, to me, like, you know, I made some comments about they look like actress, movie stars, or like, you know, Instagram models. They do. And for this deck, I will say it kind of runs that line between you can get something out of that deck and it's pretty for pretty sake. Not to take anything away from the talent of the creator or like how well this is done. This is just my personal thing. I like pretty deck. I like beautifully done and everything else. But sometimes if it's just pretty but there's nothing else there, I mean, it's no point. It's just going to be like a catalog of pretty images that I can't use. And there are some cards that I noticed it kind of was like, well, I know what it means, but the card is not providing me extra info, like extra meat to put on the bones of what I know about what each card means. So let's go and see how it shuffles. I know the cards feel really nice because while I was handling them, it has a nice bit of flex, and but the cards, they feel so nice. They are so soft and velvety. I feel like I'm touching the card and I can still feel it on my fingers. That's how soft it's an experience almost in and of itself to be handling these cards. So yes, I shuffle. Oh my, yes, it shuffles with minimal issues. Now, again, because they're matte cards, sometimes they're so matte that they clump again together. It's like too extreme. They're so glossy they stick together, and then so matte they stick together because they're whatever. Ooh, I kind of overbent the one card here. Because they're so matte, it's like there's extra friction as opposed to super glossy card that's super glossy. So I'm gonna have some issues in the shuffling, at least for now, because they are coming out in clumps. I don't feel like my shuffle is taking them out individually. Maybe it's just my shuffling skills that is not all that great. It could be. It could be. But they do give a satisfying sound. Ooh, it is so satisfying. No odd odors coming out of the cards, because you know sometimes depending where they're made, sometimes the cardstock give off a weird little smell. All right. Oh, here, my perfume cover. I feel like what perfume do you think this would be? The one that came to mind was like a Chanel, you know, or maybe like maybe one of from one of the more modern perfume house, like oh, what's her name? Oh, what's her name? I have her thing. Carolina Herrera. Herrera? Yeah. The one who made the Good Girl. Like one of those more modern perfume houses. So let's see what it says for the Three of Cups. Oh, look at that. It's how quick. Okay. So I will be here like this. As I was mentioning, it's kind of a small font. So be aware. Together, three playful figures gaze in, out, and downward in the gray light of dawn, just before the world has risen. Their cups are emboldened by blooms, each supporting the fragile glass as the figures support one another in this moment of awakening. Upright, uplifting, entertainment, support, joy, sharing, communication. Reversed, overindulgence, spoilt revelry, regret, disappointment, miscommunication. So see here, reading this entry, it tells me that there's a little bit more to these cards than me kind of poking fun and saying it's a perfume cover. That was just kind of me, but you know, just even that there's one looking forward and one looking downwards and one looking in, and you know, showing that how they're leaning on one another, which kind of supports them, which with the Three of Cups, you know, it talks about coming together with friends and collaboration, support, because a three is a stable number. So that that plays into the interpretation, and to me, I can jive with that interpretation. And also even the details of having flowers around the cups, which, how did she say it? Let's see, they're emboldened by blooms, each supporting the fragile glass. So even there, it talks about the support. So I can get down behind what's being said in the handbook. Let me see if I can have either a major or a court card. If I can have either a major or a court card to see how they tackle this. And of course, this gives me an excuse to, oh wow, I can do a good bend if I want to do a little bridge shuffle. But see, that's the problem. When they're so matte, you kind of lose that like slick, so that when you do decide to make a bridge, it kind of, all the cards kind of fold one into the other real nicely. But until they learn to unclump each other, I will say that the flex is nice. The card feel, let's see, it reminds me of a deck I have, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I think it's Arcana. So let's see. And like I mentioned, so if you guys like to physically reverse your cards, like I mentioned, I mean, you could be a rebel and just do it still, if it doesn't bother your eyes, but just know that you will know ahead of time what's reversed. Okay. Ooh, and you have to be careful that you don't overbend a card by accident, because I'm hearing myself do that. Sorry, guys. Sorry. That's what I mean. Let's try this again. Okay. All right, let me just grab the first card here, see if it's a major. Oh, perfect. Yes. The Hierophant. Thank you. I have to pick it myself. Hierophant. And I believe they spelled it correctly, but don't ask me because I always get it mixed up with the Hierophant. So, whoops. The Hierophant's gaze focuses on the future ahead as she draws power from the world around her and uses it to shine light on new knowledge. Papers swirl around her, ready to be filled with thoughts or ideas, to be placed and organized against her ledger, where knowledge roams as vast as the stars. Upright, learning, guidance, curiosity, innovation, guidance. Oh, guidance is there twice. Okay, maybe it's a typo. Counsel, tradition, or teaching. Reversed, ignorance, rejected guidance, broken communication, refusal to accept new ideas. This one, I would say I'm like, what? I would say I'm like 45-50% okay with that definition, because for me, Hierophant, it's also like the institutions, teachers. So, and I guess you could fit it under guidance and learning. So that's why I'm like a 45%, 50%. So, in any case, now that I remember about talking about the paper swirling, now I see the paper swirling around. So, but that's a nice touch. So, guys, to conclude, so you're not hearing me babbling any longer, this deck is beautiful. The cardstock, it's like cake. It's just decadent. There, the word of the day, decadent. A little bit, as you can see, like I'm having a little bit of a hard time. It's a little bit clumpy. Maybe it's because I just pulled it out of the box. It's only been like, let's say like 15-20 minutes at this point since I took it out of the box and started manipulating it. So I expect to have clumps when I'm shuffling for a while. I'll probably have to physically separate each cards before I really for me to be sure that it's well mixed and shuffled. The little downsides, once again, if you're looking for something more diverse, which meaning skin tone, yes, it's there. However, physically, no, it's not. The physical differences are very minimal. The women are like what I would say classically beautiful. Okay, modernly classically beautiful, because beauty will change throughout the year. So I'll say classically beautiful in terms of modern standards. They seem to all be more or less thin, soft features. I haven't seen much in terms of, I haven't seen much. I haven't seen one plus size body or older body. If you're one who's looking for an all women deck, there you have it. And I think that's about it that I have to say. That's what I would have for the cons. Oh, and also maybe another thing that could be a con is it's based on Rider-Waite-Smith, but very loosely. So there are some cards where you'll see it right away, and others where you kind of you'll kind of have to think about it. You'll have to rely on what you already know about the cards. I kind of miss the horses in the Knights of the Courts. I wish the horses were there, but I don't begrudge the artist. The artist can do as she will. It's liberty, but as long as it doesn't become an oracle because it's so far off. And I think that's what I have in terms of pros and cons, really. So in the end, it's up to you. I would recommend it, and also I would definitely recommend read the guidebook so that you can have a bit more of an idea of her thought process, how she interprets each of the cards. But otherwise, I think just if it's your style of deck, definitely get it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'm not disappointed about the backing it. I had seen the cards. I knew what I was getting. and I'm glad for my purchase. Now it's just a question of when I'm going to be using it more regularly. It gives me like a springy, summery feel. So I think I'll use it around that time because it's giving me that feel, like a nice soft summer, spring, yeah, those kind of seasons. For Women's Day, obviously. But in any case, let me know, guys, what you think of the Tarot of the Lantern Path by Rootis Tabootus. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Is it your cup of tea? Is it too womanly for you, or too womanly, or not diverse enough for you? Let me know in the section down below. Boop boop. And I'll also add the link to her page where you can get yourself a copy if you want. I believe it's in pre-order right now. I think she's taking pre-orders, or you can it's already done and you can get a copy as soon as she gets to your order. But up until now, thank you for staying and getting cozy while you watch me ramble on and try to find words again. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.